Hello guys, it's me Simo Orahara, and in this video we will talk about the founding leaders of the Gotei 13, and we will try to find out how Yamamoto brought them together and how he changed the history of the Soul Society to what it is now. So first of all guys, there is no doubt that the history of the BLEACH story contains many great events that changed the history of the Soul Society, which Kobo didn't tell us a lot about it. And one of these events is how Yamamoto gathered the most powerful Shinigami of murders and criminals and placed them under his command, and together they defeated Yamamoto and his army, so that they were just a squad that only knew how to kill the opponent in any way possible. Therefore, having an arc that tells us the details of these events will reveal many secrets to us, including, for example, what was the system that the previous Shinigami was following. All we know is that at the time, that is before the appearance of the Gotei, Yamamoto had the Ginryu school, where he taught martial arts, and many students graduated from that school. Therefore, it seems to me that this school did not bear any signs that it would produce criminals. What I believe is that the fruits of that school will see its result after the First Quincy War. So I wonder here what made Yamamoto suddenly decided to create a squad of murderers and criminals. Because, for example, that squad, it could have been a group of teachers who were working with Yamamoto in the school that he established, or some of his students. So why he did specifically choose a group of murderers? So the reason will remain a mystery, but I have a thought. Maybe this idea of making the Gotei is shared between Yamamoto and Rome 46. Because what does the name Gotei mean? And I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name, but it literally means the court guards. And as Yoabach said, the Gotei 13 was originally just called Gotei, that is, there weren't yet 13 divisions. Therefore, the name of the squad was court guards. And here I ask the question, which court was guarded by the Gotei? Because, for example, Zero Squad is described as the royal guard. They guard the royal family, which is real. As for the Gotei, we know that currently their main mission is to protect sincerity as a primary goal, and then purify the souls and other tasks in the real world and the world of Wikomondo. But in the beginning, I think that the squad may have started as an idea to protect Rome 46. This is what I think may be meant by the court, since Rome 46 is the authority responsible for making decisions and even passing judgments on those found guilty or in violation of law. We have seen many examples of this, whether with what happened to Kisuke or Chesai or the 8th Kinpachi, without forgetting Aizen Sosuke. Therefore, I came up with the idea that perhaps Rome 46 saw that the Serity had many undisciplined Shinigami inside it, and some of them had become murderers or criminals. So Rome 46 decided to inform Yamamoto of the idea of forming its own guard from those killers, and of course some of them were famous in the Soul Society, like Unohana or maybe Sakahuni, which is the name of one of the regions of Rekongai. But in the end, I think there was a link between Yamamoto and Rome 46. Especially since Yamamoto already had a school to teach Shinigami, and thus he will certainly have connections or relationship with Rome 46, because we mustn't forget that the Gotei 13 is under the command of Rome 46. So I can say that the Gotei was established by Yamamoto, but under the eyes of the Rome 46. It is possible that its first goal was to protect Rome 46, and then the matter developed into fighting all enemies who trying to harm the Serity. We don't know who the enemies were trying to attack the Serity, but what we do know is that the most important and dangerous of them was Yuhabach, who led an attack with his army towards Serity, because previously we only knew that Yuhabach led an attack on the Soul Society, but according to what we have seen in the flashback of the 7th episode of the first part, the war was inside the Serity. The Serity was in a state of devastation. Therefore, this further confirms that the squad formed by Yamamoto had the protection of the Serity as its primary goal. It is possible that the squad in that period didn't have restrictions or even many obligations, which gave them complete freedom to fight like they want, strongly, ferociously, and they also did not have the concepts of pride and honor. And here we will ask another question. Where are the rest of the squad members? Because we're not talking about humans. but Shinigamis have a long lives. So if Yamamoto and Unohana remained alive for that long, what prevents the rest of them not also remaining in the Gotei 13? We might say that some of them were old, like the leader of the 13 division, Sakahune. But what about the rest? What about the young leaders who appears to be younger than Yamamoto and Unohana, such as the captains or the leaders of the 2nd division, 6th division, and the 8th division and others? I don't think they would have been killed, because according to our knowledge, the most important war that took place was 1,000 years ago, and the Shinigami won in that battle. And therefore, if we say that they were killed in a battle, I don't think this happened. But I think, and I said that in a previous video, that perhaps a change occurred in the policy of the Gotei 13 after the first war with the Quincy's, making the Gotei no longer as they were before. As we said in the beginning, the Gotei were nothing but a group of murderers and criminals, and they didn't have any squads, officers, or even barracks. They were just a squad fighting together. But what happened after that? This organization have now 13 divisions, and each division has its own officers, captain and vice captain, and there is also administrative work and an office for each captain. And even each division has its own symbol and what it represents. And therefore all these things and branches that have become in the Gotei 13, I think they are no longer appropriate for many of the personalities of the first captains, especially in terms of the concepts that the first Gotei had. As we said, they were fighting without pride or justice, but all this changed. In fact, after the war, the Gotei began to strive to achieve those concepts, and the first person to adopt those concepts was Yamamoto. Pride became everything to him and was one of the main reasons for his defeat and his death. And he also defended the justice of the Gotei 13 according to his vision. In fact, we can see this change even in Unohana, who transformed from a criminal and Kinpachi to an angel of mercy. Therefore, it is possible that some of the leaders didn't agree with that new policy and decided to withdraw from their duties, which may have exposed them to be in the prison. And therefore, the fate of the old leaders remains a mystery to me. Either they are in the Muken or Hell, or maybe in some other places. But in the end, the thing that can be said is that Yamamoto, whether with the old or the new policy, he changed the Serity in several ways. First, he created a squad capable of protecting the Serity and protected it from the first attack of Yuha. And also this organization has given us many great leaders like Kyoraku Ukitake, Urahara Kisuke, as well as miracles like Kaien and Toshio. So guys, in the end, what do you think about what I have said about this topic? Tell me guys your opinions and see you in my next video.